You start seeing them.
Yeah, if I start seeing them, then I'll start having questions, and then
And you'll say it's okay. Eventually, you make laws saying no. If they want to become a tiger with a tail and a heart of a tiger, it's okay.
I don't know.
Where would we stop?
Because they haven't existed yet.
Hang on. People are identifying themselves as cats and dogs and wolves. Many things. They're transforming themselves.
Are they like transplanting?
No, they're reshaping their body as much as they can. They are.
That's their choice.
So where does it stop? So what defines who you are is what you feel, right? Yeah. So eventually, for example, I can identify myself as a 5-year-old, so I can go into school and do all the exams. Or I can actually go into sports for young, like for example what's happening today. I can identify myself as a transgender woman and compete in women's sports and win. And win.
I agree with you. That's a problem.
There's no problem, right?
There is a problem.
Why?
Because you have a biological advantage.
But that doesn't matter. I am a woman.
When it comes
You
to
are discriminating me. Who am I just because I'm on the wrong body? It wasn't my choice.
Now we're actually. I do think that if a transgender woman, so she used to be a man, they grew up as a man. They now have a biological advantage. It's very difficult to say that they should remain in the same gender in sports. I agree that that's a problem.
But you are now introducing something that I do not agree with in terms of discrimination. You're discriminating me because I happen to be in a male's body. Or you're discriminating me, I'm actually a 5-year-old, and you're discriminating me to go into a school and sit with other 5-year-olds. Or you can see the potential, right? I can do that and then win or succeed in everything in life. I identify as the King of England, for example. And these possibilities are so wild that where is the limit? That's why we need to question the whole gender and identity business. Islam offers us that it's not what you think you are. You are how you are created by God. He's given you. You might feel suddenly like, you know what, you're God yourself. There are people who think they're gods. Pharaoh, he said, I am the greatest of all gods. So people can identify themselves many things in terms of what they're not and so on. Islam brings me back to reality. The reality is He created us, and these kind of feelings and inclinations and choices people will have. People will have a choice of attraction to the same gender, attraction to maybe beasts and animal, attraction to toys and trees, whatever. But God is saying, okay, you need to resist these attractions. Imagine somebody says, just imagine, I don't feel myself, I cannot control myself, but to kill. It's all within me, it's programmed. I was born that way. I cannot but go and rape a woman. I cannot do it, it's just me. So why are you going to blame me for it? Because that's me. Where does it stop? Islam is saying, yeah, some people may have psychopathic, for example, a psychopath may have this kind of feelings and inclinations and desires. It says, no, stop these and resist and fight those desires. And it gives you the mechanism for how to fight it. So unfortunately, because today, like an intelligent woman like yourself are agreeing to the societal liberal pressures of normalizing this, what's going to happen is, in the future, we won't be able to say no, because by legislation they will say, no, you can't, you can't rectify someone who thinks he's a cat and he wants to eat cat food only. You can't do that. By law, you will be punished if you wanted to even encourage that individual and says, you're not feline, you're not cat, you'll be punished for that, because you're infringing on their identity. This is a mundane example. Yeah? So if we kept on allowing this liberal societal, the way it's going ahead, I'm foreseeing a future which is not very nice. Yeah? Islam puts us in a hudud called a boundary.
Step ahead is what you're saying.
Step ahead, because homosexuality
my friend.
was
Islam.
in not too far away from this place.
Why are you pushing me? How dare you?
You brother.
Mister,
Can you leave him
look
alone?
here, look here. Islam is
Excuse me.
Why are you pushing me?
Leave him alone.
Why are you
Come
pushing
this
me?
way. Come this way. Come this way. Come this way. It's okay.
Let me ask you.
You are fasting?
Let me ask you a question.
Say I am fasting.
Why?
Right. Come here on this way. MashaAllah. Problem solved.
Why Islam is discriminating women by not going in a paradise? Islam is putting a woman in hellfire. Why is that? Why is that?
Right. To continue, as you were saying. Firstly,
Answer the question first. Answer the question
God
first.
says, المتحولين والمؤمنات. Shall I give you the verse? It gives you a black and white statement of believing men and believing women, righteous men and righteous women. The ones who is the one who men and women, men and women, men and women, men and women.
That's false.
Sorry, can I?
That's false.
That was actually my next question. I'm coming from a place of curiosity because I don't understand. I want to understand your religion.
Fine. So I'm trying to explain to you. So
I
I'm
want
just
to
going
understand your approach to women.
Yeah, exactly. Let me show you what the Quran says about this.
Molestation of children.
I'll give you the Arabic and the English translation.
Sorry, I don't read
No.
that.
Yes, the Quran is not in English, it's in Arabic. Just to highlight and you will hear the difference of the words. إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والقانتين والقانتات والصادقين والصادقات والصابرين والصابرات والخاشعين والخاشعات والمتصدقين والمتصدقات والصائمين والصائمات والحافظين فروجهم والحافظات والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات أعد الله لهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. Surely the men who submit and the women who submit, and the believing man and the believing woman, and the obeying man and the obeying woman, and the truthful man and the truthful woman, and the patient man and the patient woman, and the humble man and the humble woman, and the alms-giving man and the alms-giving woman, and the fasting man and the fasting woman, and the men who guard their private parts and the women who guard, and the men who remember Allah much and the women who remember. Allah has prepared for them forgiveness and a mighty reward. Paradise. So it is incorrect and a lie in speaker's Quran to say women are not going to go to paradise. God not only specified, he even said like men and women, this man, all of us. So God has created us with different roles and responsibilities. In His sight, the reward is the same. The obligation to believe in Allah and love and respect Him is the same. How you look on you is the same. You may have more of a responsibility, and in fact, you may have more respect than the father. At one point, a man came and asked our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who deserves more from my mother or the father in respect and so on. The very vague statement includes everything, right? It's not just respect in only speaking, but everything, how you're dealing with trust. He says, you know what Prophet said? Your mother. The man said, and then who, a Prophet? He said, your mother.
The rapist.
And then who?
The
Oh, Prophet. He says, your mother. Look what man is thinking. SubhanAllah. Between the father and mother, he's saying, your mother. And then who says, your father. So here from what we understand, because the mom and dad, even though they're parents, God has given certain roles and responsibilities which are different. So how we appreciate our mother and so on, how mom, we are not even able to repay a single second of pain she endured while we were pregnant, while she was pregnant with us in her womb. The pain in childbirth that she suffered because of us. The pain when we were crying, we couldn't even change our diapers or our nappies, and she cleaned us, looked after us, and she would. This love of mother, if you look at the creation, how touched on. So So God is saying this is how we have to respect. In fact, there is a hadith in a metaphor, in a figurative way. Paradise lies under the feet of your mothers. Not literally, just to show you the respect mothers deserve.
Why Muhammad is having a problem with women?
So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam describes women in the way
Why
that is
Muhammad
deserving of
says
her
the
respect.
women, those who are menstruating, will not go to the paradise.
You're interrupting. And I don't want to speak to you. Thank you.
Come on.
I don't want to speak to you. I'm speaking to this lady here, if you don't mind.
So you don't want to
Would you
hear the
respect?
truth?
Would you respect me
So
if I don't
you
want to
don't
speak to
want to
you?
hear the truth.
I don't want to speak to you.
You
Is that okay?
don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth.
This is an example nowhere.
You don't want to hear the truth.
If you don't mind, I don't want to speak to you.
You don't want to hear the truth.
This is just
Is it hurting you? Is the truth hurting you?
The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the man
Muhammad himself said,
you were in
the woman will not enter into paradise because they are menstruating. They are menstruating.
I will ask the question. What is the attitude towards menstruating women?
menstruated women should not be harmed. So they should not, you men who are husbands of menstruating women should not have sexual intimacy when she is in menstruation, because that would be a harm, a physical harm as well. Not only just hygienic thing, stay away of sexual intimacy when she's menstruating. Once it's other. They ask you, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ. They ask you about mahid menstruation. Say, this is other.
Taqiya. Taqiya.
Allah says in the Quran,
I'll bring it.
يسألونك عن المحيض هو أذى فاعتزلوا النساء في المحيض ولا تقربوهن حتى يطهرن فإن تطهرن فأتوهن من حيث أمركم الله إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين.
Yeah. And they ask you about menstruation. Say, it's harm, other.
To you, Muhammad.
So keep away from the wives during menstruation. And do not approach them until they're pure, meaning they're already finished and clean. And do not approach them until they're pure, and when they have purified themselves, then come to them from where Allah has ordained for you. Indeed, Allah loves those who are constantly repentant, and not those who are purified themselves.
The next one.
نساؤكم
نساؤكم حرث لكم فأتوا حرثكم أن شئتم وقدموا لأنفسكم واتقوا الله واعلموا أنكم ملاقوه وبشر المؤمنين.
Your women are a piece of cultivation. This is where you have your next generation.
That's the insult.
Your offspring comes from them for you. So come to your place of cultivation however you wish and put forth for yourself. And fear Allah and know that you will meet Him, meet Allah, and give good tidings to the believers. So it doesn't say, like some people, it doesn't like things like menstruation means women are totally an impure one.
Not some people. Your
It's simply
prophet.
saying,
Your
because we
prophet.
know when people are in their
prophet
menses, their
says.
periods, they're
Don't tell
under a
lies,
lot of
please.
emotional, psychological stress all associated with this. And people,
With that woman.
yeah, oh yes, subhanAllah, that's the point. If people, women, are in their menstruation, they're exempt from fasting, exempt from even praying. We can make this up later.
Open it up now.
That's why they cannot enter in the paradise.
Now, I don't know what this gentleman is saying. I don't know. Is there
You can leave the hecklers.
Come on.
Your job as a heckler.
Your prophet is saying this.
I just showed you what the Quran says about women.
Cannot enter into paradise because they are menstruating. Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
There is an
Sahih
obvious
Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
issue with that passage. What's the issue? They are pure.
It's
so
not you
obviously
only.
implying
All
that
Muslims,
menstruation
they are
is
liars.
not pure.
They are
That
liars.
is
Even
Purity
your
is about
prophet.
the men. It's talking about don't approach them until they have purified themselves. How you purify themselves is through bath. That's what it's asking. You haven't had the ritual bath.
And he left his daughter
when you finish
to enjoy muta.
So you're not impure in the sense that like you're najas, you're like filth. That's what the Quran is describing. The Quran is saying you cannot approach her with the sexual intimacy until it's ended and they have come out of this by having a bath.
Thank you. I've got one final question before I go. Why is it that the oppression of women, and I can possibly anticipate a response, which is that what these people are doing is separate from what the Quran says they should be doing, right? Possibly that's your response. But my question is, why is it that there is a higher propensity of oppression of women, you know, lack of education, that sort of thing, you know what I mean, within Islamic countries? Why is it that Islamic countries are able to accept that and feel the need to progress?
Very good question. Firstly, it is not correct to say Islam oppresses women in terms of education and their progression.
No, I should say I'm making a clear distinction between what the Quran says and what people do.
Yeah. I'm giving you a broader understanding from the source itself. The Prophet of Islam says, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ومسلمة in some riwayat, or كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Seeking knowledge is obligatory on every Muslim. There are some narrations which talks about men and women.
This word in the Quran.
That's right. So the Prophet said it's an obligation. The religion that we have today, you'll be surprised, the knowledge of the religion is transmitted by a lot of women, if not most of our religion. Aisha radiallahu anha transmitted so much of the knowledge of our religion. If I were to ask you from any culture for the last 1,000 years, let's go back, say, 200 years, in 18th century to 1,000 years. Let us find out women scholars in every society, every culture, and their contribution. You will struggle to find and to name women scholars, scientists, philosophers, and so on throughout the world. But you'll be surprised to hear in Islam, if you were to ask me now, I can give you 30-volume work.
I'm actually not surprised. I know that about Islam.
So I'm just telling you, 30-volume work of Muslim sahabiyat, of women who contributed to knowledge, civilization, and so on and so forth, and passing this knowledge. The first university in the world, in Morocco, was by someone called Fatima, a woman, from, of course, an Islamic background. She's Muslim. So Islam never discouraged women from learning and to preach. As I said, many scholars today, they have women teachers where they have to get the certificate from, because they are the top ones are the women. And that continued. What happened is, as many societies, Islamic lands, it's a long history. Islam got, as a state level, spliced by imperial forces from different others, France, Britain, and from the 1924, I think, last or something, right? And they instigated puppet regimes, puppet rulers, and so on. And the whole idea was, yes, we will let you have your state back, but in our terms, they will do what we ask them to do. So there were puppet regimes. So they corrupted the education system and instilled in a system which was secularized, non-Islamic, and that's why the product was there coming from generation after generation. If you go to Emirates now in some countries in the Middle East, the majority of the people are women scholars studying in university, are women. Majority of them, educated and women. Some countries like Afghanistan, which is the scapegoat in the media, they're not sending women to education and so on. That's their particular way of thinking and their approach they're doing. Islam never discouraged as you said, they have taken a stance. I don't want to defend them. I don't want to criticize them because it's an isolated case. But everywhere else, Islam doesn't discourage, rather it encourages you. It makes you obligatory, as I said. It is obligatory on every Muslim to acquire knowledge. The scholars would say the first and foremost obligation is about religious knowledge.
But women
And
in
then secondly
Iran, they are
is
protesting.
that's another scapegoat example about Iran, right? Because Iran is another regime in which their particular understanding of Islam and so on has compromised, the position of women and so on and so forth.
They are not
So
Muslim.
what we are seeing rather is examples which are an isolated case. These are those that skews the data. Yeah. Whenever we look at data, these data skewers, these are, what's the term in statistics? I've forgotten now, it escapes me. You can't use this to normalize the data. We know their regimes, their particular understanding of Islam has corrupted or made it into be like that. But if you study the Islamic history in terms of approach to how women should be, should they be oppressed or should they be educated, you will see it's the opposite.
My question then is separating the theory, the theology. So I understand that from the Quran, there's equality in the Quran. That's theology. The reality is that women are being oppressed and they have to wear certain things even if they don't want to. They are not getting the educational experiences that they should be getting. That's the reality. So my question then is, why is it, and you mentioned data skewing.
Outliers, I've got the word down.
Outliers, yes. And I'm not sure I agree with you there because it does, I'm finding it very difficult to name even one Arab